Hey, good morning, folks. I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, and I'm driving on I-95 as I head to the courthouse on this wonderful Monday morning. And I see all the cars, and I see all the traffic, and I see, there's a guy going by and, obviously breaking the speed limit. There's another guy in front of me you can't see, changing lanes erratically without a turn signal. There's a lot of people who drive like, what's a good word? Schmucks. And then I think about the car accidents that I see. The people that call my office that are involved when they're injured because one of these schmucks blew a traffic light or was driving 100 miles an hour and rear-ended them, or clipped them from the side and spun them around or flipped them over. And I have clients with broken arms and broken backs and fractured legs and punctured organs. And then I think about my role as an attorney. It's to do my best to help them get justice in the civil arena. What is justice? Well, it's a settlement with the insurance company, or it's a lawsuit against the negligent driver and his insurer to acquire the only form of justice for civil acts, which is suing someone, litigation, settlement, for the money, the financial compensation to pay for the injuries, to pay for the lost wages, to pay for the permanent injury, something that changes someone's life. And then I think about the laws of Florida. And this is how the progression in my mind goes. Full coverage is PIP and property damage. PIP gets you 10 grand in medical benefits. Folks, has anyone ever been to the hospital? It feels like, and I know I'm exaggerating here, you walk in, they check your blood pressure, right? They check your heartbeat, and you're at 10 G's. You're at 10 grand. And if they give you an aspirin, it's another 2 grand after that. Right? 2 aspirin, 2 G's. And I say to myself, what are we thinking as a society? What are we thinking in the legislature? That the only coverage you have to have is $10,000, which covers you. It doesn't cover the bodily injury that you cause. Now, what happens with that situation? So I'm driving right now on 95, right? You can probably see the car that flips behind me, right? There's a tractor trailer next to me. What happens when the negligent driver hits my car, spins me out, causes me to break some bones, causes me to be in the hospital, and I can't work for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months? But that guy or that gal that caused me the injury only has full coverage, the basic coverage, the PIP. Well, I have my own PIP, right? So it covers me for up to $10,000. But if they don't have bodily injury, I can't get anything from them. It's not that I can't get anything from them. It's that no attorney is going to sue a person that doesn't have insurance, because you're suing them, you're getting a piece of paper, you're getting a judgment, but it's just that. You can't take their home because it's homesteaded. You may be able to garnish wages, but let's say you get a $250,000 settlement. How long is it going to take to collect that, right? You may be retired by the time, you may be long dead after the time that money comes in. And what benefit does it give the person who is injured? right? They may be long gone. So what do? I go to my insurance agent and I say, I want uninsured motorist coverage or underinsured motorist coverage. This is a big deal, folks. Listen to what I'm saying. If the person that hits you only has PIP and the basic property damage, you're not getting anything. However, if you have underinsured or uninsured motor vehicle coverage that you pay for, then your insurance company will step into the shoes of the negligent driver and you can collect from them. So, for instance, we have 3 cars in our household. Then we have 250, 500 coverage. So that's 250 for a person. If I'm negligent and I drive into somebody and they're seriously injured, there's 250 grand worth of money to collect. You know, their attorney can go into, you know, let's say I break their back or their spine or they're a quadriplegic, whatever it is, whatever that serious injury is, they can collect. But because I have 3 cars, I have something called stacking. So each car has 250, 500, 250, 500, 250, 500. So now what that means is if I stack my coverages, instead of only having bodily injury for 250, 500, I now have bodily injury for 750. That means one person that's injured seriously could go after my insurance company for up to $750,000. If there's other people in the vehicle or other vehicles involved, then the maximum, right? Remember I said 255, 555. Now I have $1,500,000 for an accident. Now that's wonderful because it protects other people. And I know a lot of people in Florida don't really give two you-know-whats about other people. But the only way to acquire uninsured or underinsured motor vehicle coverage for the amount that you want is to have bodily injury that will pay out. So here's an example. I have the 750 mil 500, right? So if I want uninsured motorist coverage for $1 million for me, then I have to bump my insurance from the 750 to the $1 million. Because I have to have the same amount of bodily injury insurance that I do uninsured motor vehicle coverage. I can't buy it. It'd be great, like, hey, you know, I want to be covered. I cover me. Well, you also got to cover the other guy. So for me, I have 250, 250, 250, right? And I have uninsured uninsured motorist coverage for 750. So if I get into an accident, even if it's not my fault, I can collect from my own insurance company up to $750,000, basically the value of my injuries. How can you afford not to? How can you afford not to have this type of motor vehicle coverage? Right? People go, well, the insurance already costs so much. Yeah, but do you realize, like right now, if you just have the basics, if you have PIP and the property damage, and you get into a car accident, the other guy has the same thing that you did, but you're stopped at a traffic light and you're rear-ended, you have nothing. You have no work. It's going to affect your family relationships. Like you can't pay the bills, you can't pay the mortgage, you can't pay the rent, you can't buy the kids clothes for school. What are you getting? You're really not getting anything with the basic coverage. You're just paying an amount of money that really does nothing. It gives you 10 grand in PIP benefits, personal injury protection. 10 G's. What are you going to get for that? A lot of chiropractors will love that because you go in there, oh, my back, oh, yeah. And you'll spend 10 G's in a chiropractor's office at $150 a clip. But real medical, you're not going to get much. So I'm attorney Roger P. Foley. Call your insurance company. Stack your policies if you have more than one vehicle. Get bodily injury. Get uninsured motorist coverage to the most that you can. Thanks for listening.